It's actually been a couple of months and I've had the opportunity to really use the journal in a way that feels natural for me. I originally planned to fill it out daily, keep a record of all my medical needs and the things that are important to my goals and the like. That worked for about a hot second, but you guys know how life gets in the way. I ended up missing whole days and even months, and so I'll probably end up using this bad boy more like a scrapbook than a bullet journal. It'll be like a hybrid. It'll be fine. But that does bring me to the first important feature for the journal, and that is this great elastic band to keep it together. It's important because it's already kind of a beefy boy, and I don't really want my additions to slide out or anything. Say, I have a picture or stickers on the pages. I don't want them to slip out and be lost forever. And I'm sure you guys can hear my daughter banging in the background, but we're just gonna keep going. So let's get started. So opening it up, the portfolio, remember, was purchased separate, and then the pages, this little sleeve, you had to buy, and that's why it was so expensive. But the portfolio is beautiful. Like I said, I use it to hold my stickers. Sometimes I will keep notes and stuff here, things that I will jot down on a Post-it note real quick and then try to remember to add to my journal later. The black pages are still incredible, and I'm going to stop real quick and talk to you guys about the pens that I purchased. This is just a quick aside. It's worth mentioning because the black pages require me to have gel pens. So I got 2 brands of gel pen. I got Pentel, the Milky Pop, and then I also got Jelly Roll in metallic. And honestly, I really wish that I had just purchased the Jelly Roll. The Pentels, you'll see as I go through the pages that I have filled out, they're kind of watery, so they don't really cling to the pages as much as I want them to. Here, I will show you guys. This is the white one, and there's 2 white ones, and the white ones are honestly the strongest color, so what you're going to see is really indicative of the best performance that the Pentels can provide. So let's write a note. Hi, YouTube. Boom. So you can see you're pretty far away from the camera, but it is a little bit streaky. It's not as weighty as I want it to be. I don't know if you guys can see that there's actually like a trail where the ball drags along. This gold color that I wrote my name in is the other kind of pen. It's the Jelly Pop pen, the Jelly Roll pen, and obviously it's much higher quality, and I think they were similar in cost, so that was a little bit of a disappointment. I'm gonna still use up the Pentels because I purchased them, but I wish that I had not. So, there's that little tidbit. So I started the journal on March 31st. My hair was red. COVID had just started being the worst thing ever, and it was a whole new day. So it was a whole nother experience in life. So that happened. I didn't really use the index that they gave me that comes, pre-printed, so it took up some of my space and some of my pages. I might try to go back and fill them in, do something interesting with it, and I kind of fell into this hole where Pinterest is beautiful and bullet journals are really popular, and I wanted my bullet journals to be just as amazing as theirs, the internet being a perfect place. But ultimately, I remembered that this is an exercise in letting go and just being happy and grateful. So you guys will see how rough my start was. So this was April, and I was obviously very gung-ho in April. I got little doodles, I used multiple colors. These are all my blood pressures, and like whether or not I had a headache or a migraine, whether I had a seizure, which still didn't have any for my pregnancy, which was fantastic. My goals and just some miscellaneous lists. I even wrote like a goal for the month, which was just to make it through because April was rough. And then after the monthly page, I went ahead and did it week by week. So here are my goals for the week, anything that I thought was worth mentioning, and also, what I was meal prepping that day, or what I was supposed to eat that day, rather. So April was a good month, and I used the journal pretty extensively. As you can see, I was really excited about the process, and it was a lot of fun to do. And then this happened. This is still a really nice page, and again, because it's black paper and the gel pens, it looks like I put in a lot more effort than I did no matter what I wrote, because it's just real pretty. The first week of May, I was kind of showing some signs of being really out of it, and I started slipping in my progress. This is my monthly calendar, and you can see how different it was from April, but still, it's a gorgeous page. I'm really happy. I'm not much of a doodler, so maybe a bullet journal was going to be a struggle for me anyway, but that's okay. That's what happens. Like my goal, have a baby. I definitely did that. So the second week of May, boom, I, started to drift a little bit. I was very sleepy. And then the third week, you can see that did not happen. I ended up crossing out the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like the days of the week, because they were a blur. And I actually had to come back and fill this in afterwards, because pretty much all I did for these 2 weeks was sleep. And then here's this page. So this is my doodle page, and this is really what you see when you Pinterest bullet journals. It's just a lot of where I was sitting around and didn't have anything to do, and really wanted to contribute and impart how crazy it was from pretty much the 17th till now, which is the 25th. Amara was born. I slept a lot. We had complications. It was an interesting period of time, but it also means that I wasn't filling this out for a whole month, and usually that would bother me, but that's not what the bullet journal is for. We still have lots of pages, and I'm really excited about filling them out, and I think that ultimately it'll be a good experience and worth it. So that is a quick-ish review of this bullet journal and what I've done with it. I hope that seeing it kind of in action, but mostly in inaction, will help you guys decide. It's a really high quality purchase. I am happy with it, and I couldn't recommend it more.